one day I was in the cardboard factory and I wanted to know how long it would take for an operator to make a die change. So I go there and I ask, could you please make a die change as fast as possible so that I can measure your time. And he was all right, quite stressed I might say, but he felt that it was a test, right? So first thing he does, he goes and grabs the drill and the box of screws, right? First thing you have to do is remove the screws from the cylinder. And I was seeing him operate quite efficiently, I must say. And he goes removing 1, 2 rows, and then he has to stop, rotate the cylinder for a little bit, so he can access the next row of bolts, okay? So I was looking at what he's timing, and I said, okay, this guy is pretty efficient, but once he removed the 2 dies and had to place the new dies, that was a different story, because him alone, only one person, he had to hold a die full of knives, take a drill and the bolt somehow, right? So he started doing special maneuvers to place, and that's not all, because when you have a bolt that is not correctly tapped, it can damage the the cylinder tap inside the holes, and some holes it don't work. And I was asking him, okay, I don't want to interrupt, but why are you throwing some bolts to the floor? Why are you skipping some holes in the die, right? And he was trying to justify that you don't really need all the bolts there, that a few in the corner, some heuristics about, a few in the corner and the borders, and that would be enough. And as our friend from Diker said, you have to be consistent in which holes you place. And throughout the work of the die, you want to hold it the same way, right? Well, that's why I'm here today to explain to you how important it is to save time in your die change and to reduce the downtime of your machine. And hopefully, if I'm successful at the end, you'll know how to address these problems if you ever have one to begin with. Now, you must think that the 15 minutes that this guy took to change the die, it's not much. In fact, when you go to a restaurant and you wait for 15 minutes for your friend to come over, it's okay, right? But if you start adding up all these changes up to the year, it can represent over a month of your machine not working, right? And that's a substantial amount of time. So it is not only this, not only the time that's important, but it's also how you handle the dies. So I was in an Italian company and I saw people dragging the dies on the floor. In fact, the corners of the rotary dies, they were all worn out, they were all round. And I was like, what are they doing here, right? They had a high cost on replacing those dies that were damaged. And last but not least, it's important to note that these dies, and specifically, let's say a big machine, these dies can weigh more than 75 kilos, right? So it can cause back pain, and that's another issue we have to handle. We have to empower the operator to do a effortless job, right? According to the Labor Foundation, made a study in 2013, 47% of the people reported having back pain issues in the last 12 months. And what's more important is that about 15% of these people took a leave that was more than a month. And that can cause scheduling issues, cost issues for the company, and then pain issues for the operator, right? So there's solutions that the market has been finding throughout the years. One of them, for example, is the SERRAPID. SERRAPID is, as the name says, is a rapid die changing machine that allows you to vastly reduce the downtime. So you remember my friend, the operator, took about 15 minutes. We have proven that with a SERRAPID, you can make the die change, only one person, and you can make a die change in about 2 minutes. Then if you combine the SERRAPID with the SERRARM, which is yet another system, you can achieve a very weightless die manipulation that allows you to not only treat the die correctly, it's not dragging on the floor anymore, but also you make sure that the operator doesn't have back pain or cuts or complaints, I would say, right? Now, let me show you a video that is showing the two systems combined in the same machine. The first machine is a Golfert, big size, and this was in the UK. As you can see, the operator makes no effort to move the dies, and he's not using any extra tools, any extra drills or screws, and he doesn't ever leave the hands out of the handles. What he's doing here with a combination of the SERRAPID, with a simple twist, he's able to place the SERRAPID, which can be installed in a weekend in your machines. With a simple twist, he fixates the die on top of the SERRAPID cylinder. Okay. The next machine that you're going to see when this guy is finished is it's a word machine that was in the US, and during the last phase of our installation, we were training the 3 employees, the 3 machine operators, how to make this die change, and they got it right away in the first attempt, which proves that it's a very intuitive system. All right, and you can see that there's 3 people here because it took normally 3 people to place these dies on the cylinder. Now only 1 person can do it. All right. So remember, with the combined SERRAPID and SERRARM, you can reduce the downtime to the minimum in the die change, and you can also treat the dies as they deserve, because the die can cost what, $1,000, $2,000? If I buy a $1,000 diamond ring to somebody, I'm going to make sure that they take good care of it, right? Why don't we do that in the factories? And third, we make it much easier for the operator to not have injuries, right? So if this example resonated with you, if you think that you might have the same problem, I would invite you to come over our stand 432 and ask us any questions you might have. Thank you very much.